Alright, so we got our trusty dusty scissors, and I'm just gonna put these to the side. But yeah, here we are. The small boy. Now, from package wise, this looks pretty dang cool. I'm gonna zoom out for you guys. This looks pretty dang cool. Now, for those of you who don't know my channel, I'm a Lego purist, but this is what one of my Lego models in scale is. I think it's just a little longer. My Lego model is a little longer, or no, actually it's the same size. Oh my. I'm gonna move my model. I'm just gonna use that for scaling. If I get my small boy, my own small boy, he is still the smallest. That is freaking hilarious. Alright, so I usually don't do these types of videos, but hey, if you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Scott, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys aren't going to care. You guys just want to see the new wooden railway items. So, hey, I'm not going to waste your time. So, yeah, we've all seen the new images, and it's the new wooden railway. Shocker, they came back. Like, oh my gosh. Whoa. Now, you've probably seen the title, and I got 3 of the, I guess, different scaled engines. The smallest and the largest and the medium engine, which honestly I think is a pretty good start. Now, I did want to get Thomas and Diesel, but at the time I didn't have that much money. And when Henry does come out, which I will talk in much later, I will try to get him. But enough about that. Let's start with the small boy. So, yeah, that's how much the box is. This is the front, of course, the side. Nothing much, just some, prints, all the details. Oh, we miss that a lot, bro. Top, bottom, some more stuff, hazards, and yeah, I will say, however, the face I kind of like, but actually let me just take out the box. And I do like how I've seen in some reviews it opens out, and if you notice, like, the little tab prevents it, which I really freaking like. Now I'm gonna try to do this on screen again. Trusty dusty scissors. I will try to cut these without ruining the model. Let's be very gentle as not to mess up the printing. Or, I could have just cut from the bottom. And, ready to reveal? Oh. Wow, alright, let me just make this look nice, of course. And, there we go. There's Percy! Alright, so here's actually Percy, and I've gotta say, I already love this compared to my old wooden railway Percy. Now, I haven't told this much about in like my YouTube, but basically when I was younger, I was a Tomy and wooden railway boy. But as growing up, I wanted to collect more wooden railway, but also wanted Tomy. But my collection was more bigger in wooden railway. Now, I didn't have a lot of models, but one of them I do remember being Percy. And I remember Percy being really long, and I never liked that. And I loved custom builders who would make them really, really small. And now knowing that I have this small boy in my hand, it's incredible. Like, I love holding this thing. Like, this feels like Percy. I don't like that the cab is a little small, but hey, I've noticed that also my printing is a bit off. But again, I'm not going to complain because it's new wooden railway. I have noticed that with other reviewers, they did mention the fire. I don't know if you can really tell that. I'm going to just... I don't think you can tell, but I'm going to try to zoom in for you guys. Focus. There we go. Yeah, you can notice the fire right there. I do think it looks quite nice. It's a nice detail, but I wish they went the full mile and given him, cab windows. I know you can't do it in the back, but like it does seem to have a lot of space. I do kind of like that. I do find it weird that the back, it doesn't have that, the buffer beam, but the front does. Now, I know for a fact that wooden railway, I think it was the Tomy one or something, but it was Rusty, there we go. I think it was some of the narrow gauge edges, but they had a bunch of lining. Buffer beam in the back, but it did come out really nice. Now, I'm going to do some size comparisons, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so we got Percy right here, and we're just going to move the models that you've seen in the back for some size comparisons. Now, I'm pretty sure some of you have taken play Wooden Railway or Tomy, or even Erdles, so we're going to do some size comparisons. So here's Percy, or I'm going to put him to the front because he seems a lot longer than Ben. Now, this already seems like a really good scale, which I quite like. Yeah, actually, I do kind of like this. Oh my god. Yeah, this is actually a really good scale. If someone wanted to do, what was it? Put Upon Percy, or Percy take... No, it's Percy Takes the Plunge. I think this would be an amazing remake to do. Just change the face. Alright, next model. Got Rhaeus, or Rhaeus, as some people have dubbed this, since it looks really off with the small funnel. Right. Again, really good scaling. I kind of like this, actually. Yeah, I really do like this. Alright, so now we're going to get into actual wooden railway, and I don't have any official ones because, like I've said, I've lost some of them over the past few years. But here is my 2015, right? 2015 Thomas, yep. And, yeah. Now, I can already see some things a bit off, which is where Percy's cab is a bit tall. I do like the fact that they went the extra mile and gave him the black bunker. I do really like that. It is kind of in scale, but I wouldn't really know what to say otherwise. We got this 1942 Thomas, one of my rarest models I've ever owned. It's really nice. I really like this model. One of my favorites. I'm going to clean it up. Yeah, that's Thomas. And then here's a Tommy, for those who want to know. Yes, I did customize this for the custom face. Oh, someone wants to steal it. Yeah. So overall thoughts about the Percy. I gotta say, I really do love this Percy. It's a really nice scaling. I wish I had some wooden railway truck, but like I said, I've lost those over the years, or my dad sold them. But I really do like how this Percy has come to be. It's a really nice model. I think I will just hold him like this. I'll freeze it for you guys, but I'm gonna do a wooden railway like edit, and I'll see it right now on screen. And I'd really love to see this, or someone do this with wooden railway. Now, I do not know what the scaling is for the face, but if I were to say get a Thomas, they seem almost in scale, but Percy's face is a little smaller, so I wouldn't know what to scale him for. But this is a great model. I do love this. It's a really nice model. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen, but they're pretty much the same as what old wooden railway. It's just right here they would just glide apart. And I do like that they gave Percy different style wheels. I'm sorry if you hear the background, it's the neighborhood dog. But I do like the fact that they gave him different style wheels, which is actually something that a lot of models of Percy give, where it's like it's counterweights, and Percy does not have that, in fact. And I like the attention of detail to that. So that's a really good thought. The only issue that I guess I would really have is, I guess, the back buffer beam, but that's not really it. But that's not a big deal after all. And the face, but, you know, it's great that they, like, we did ask for different faces, but it's like, it would have been nice, but oh well. What's also interesting about this is that with Percy, I think if you had, like, a printer or found some way to, like do something with this, like, you could customize the face, since these are 2D or not printed. I just noticed that I think the mouth is a little low. Or actually, wait, why is the mouth so low? That looks a bit weird. Oh well. But hey, this is a really nice model of Percy, and I would recommend it to anyone who wants to get their hands on this. This is a great small model. Alright, so let's move on and get into the next model, which is the next shiny boy. Alright, here we are. The red boy himself. Now, I'm gonna have to cut this again, and I might actually have to zoom out the camera. Oh my, this is a big... So, again, size comparison, this boy is really long. Like, whoa. So nothing new we haven't seen. The side, the top, the bottom, the side, the back. But the front, I do kind of like, and I'm really excited to actually open this, since James is one of my favorite characters. So, I do have one complaint about this model, but I'll get right into it. Or actually two, or I'll just tell you as I go along. And here is the shiny boy. Uh oh, he's gonna fall. Here is the shiny boy himself. And here is the shiny boy himself. Oh my god. Now, I remember someone getting really mad or making like a funny video where it was like, oh, I'm so mad because I was trying to make the 260 wheel configuration. Now I had to wait just a little to get this right. Like, excuse me. But, yeah, I love this model of James. He's the right proportion for once, which is, like I said before, I did want all my engines to be proportioned. Now, James is actually a model I never had as a kid, which I'm kind of sad. But now I'm really happy because, you know, I have him now. As you can see right here, he does have the light. I don't understand why, his is, like, yellow instead of orange. I guess because of the red. But, like, I do find that a bit weird. I do like the fact that they actually didn't, like, do an outline like they did with the old wood models, as you can see right here. The back, of course, nothing. But, yeah, let's just move on to the next setup, and we'll see how this goes. Now, I don't know if this is with Percy too, but I did notice that with the chassis, it's plastic. I didn't notice that, but it's plastic. But it did kind of surprise me at first. Now, I also wanted to say that this doesn't feel like wood. Like, I get it is. Like, it does look like it, but it's like, at first I was like, this is not wood. But it is actually wood, so this is thumbs up for me. I absolutely love this body. The only complaint I guess I really have, or I guess complaints I have, are like that the wheels are like a bit gray around it. Now, I get it, it's supposed to indicate like, oh, it's like counterweights or whatever, but it's like, I don't know. I think it would have just looked a little better. And I think it's also just a bit off, in my opinion. It reminds me of the Bachmann model of a lot, which I honestly do not like. But hey, we can't complain. The firebox, it's a little too wide, in my opinion. It's weird because the old wooden railway had it so that, like, it would, like, actually, like, it was kind of aligned with, like, the boiler. But I guess we can't really complain, of course, because it's a new wooden railway. It's perfect. There's not really much else to complain about this. I did notice that this face is a little too happy. I did like the old James face where it was like, oh, he's happy. He's like, he's a chill dude. But this one sounds like, I don't know, this James just feels off. It also bounces, so you could do a Journey Beyond Soda remake. Oh my, somebody's gotta be the favorite kid. But I gotta say, overall, this is a great model. It's a nice shape, it's a great configuration. I like it. I don't like that the funnel's a bit front, but that's what a lot of models of James are now, but you know, I can't complain again. So let's move on to the tender, which is actually something I am a bit annoyed about. What is this? What is this? I noticed this with the tender engine set. They have, like, smaller wheels, and I get that's the point, but I don't really like it. It's a bit off, in my opinion. With Gordon, it works a little better, but, like, James? Look at that. It's a bit off. Like, these kind of, like, protrude out. Like, I like that they gave him divots, of course, but it's, like, it's just a bit off, in my opinion. Again, the chassis. Plastic. I don't know how to explain about this. Like, just, it feels weird. Like, if you have it with James, then it's like, oh, it works. But I do wonder if someone does get the new wooden railway, or if, like, Thomas Wooden Railway can do, like, a tender swap with James, and I would really like to see how that looks. But, you know, again, like, I do also notice that, like, the face, it's really, really small. Like, I've noticed, like, if I get my Thomas here, the face is really small. Like, if the old James was a bit wider, but this one's just, this one's, like, really small. But again, I can't complain, because proportion-wise, but hey, this is a great model. Okay, so we're going to do some side comparisons, so I'm going to do this a bit faster. So here's Thomas. He's a bit longer, so I hope you can see that. It's a bit blurry, I'm sorry. We got Thomas, another Thomas, and this is actually a lot more in scale, which I kind of like, actually, which looks really freaking nice. Got a Tommy, which is, he's actually a lot longer than James is. So, we got a Ben, which I do like that it's also in scale. And Rainius, again, also in scale, which I quite like. Overall, a wonderful model. Like I said, I wish they would have, like, switched the firebox style and maybe the tender bit, but oh well, we can't really complain. But it's a great model. I do kind of like it. It's a really charming looking model. I do kind of like this. And hey, he's the right wheel configuration. but not like the next engine we're gonna get into. Alright, this one's the long boy. I might actually have to change my camera screen for this. Alright, so this boy is actually pretty long. I'm actually zoomed out most of my camera, and he's pretty long. Like I said, I'm gonna get my model. And boy, oh boy, this box is really long, so it's pretty impressive, not gonna lie. Now, we all seen the train boy, but before we start, my box was actually damaged. I didn't do this. This was actually damaged on its own, but oh boy. But everyone's seen the review on, who was it? Train Boy? And yeah, we've all seen the review, but I'm going to do my review myself because I do like how this boy is. I do have some complaints, but let's just get into it. Oh! Look at this boyo. He is massive, dude. He's huge. I love this proportion of the model. It's actually a great scale. Like, boy oh boy. Like, I do like this model very much. I do have some complaints, but we're gonna get into it when we get to the, like, down there or change the camera. But this dude is huge. I do really like this model. The face captured really well. The body also. And they finally, or not finally, but they gave him a sort of, like, firebox, which is, like, it's a bit weird, but I like. The dome is finally wider. Like, it actually does look nice. But there is something that I do not like about this model, which is the splashers. But again, we're going to get right into that. Alright, here is the Gordon. Now I'm going to zoom out as much as I can again. So yeah, I'm going to move these models a bit to the side. Yes, this is Gordon. Oh my gosh, he is huge, like I said. But let's start with the body, which is something I have to actually complain about. Now, I did say I really liked how this model turned out. I love how long, like I said, how long he is. He's got the fire detail. He's got, like, they actually gave him rectangular buffers, which I actually do really like. The face, again, I wish they gave him, like, a smiley face, but then again, we did ask for different style faces, so do not get mad. I also did like to notice that, like, when you tilt the faces forward, they look kind of mad, which I think would be really good storytelling for those who want to actually, you know, make remake sort of it. I love this model. I only have 2 complaints about it, which is the 462 wheel configuration. Oh, wait, hold up. We've got a bit of a factory error. Do I have this on the other side? A little bit, if you can see that right there. You can see it. Please focus. Please focus. Please focus. Well, if you can't really tell, there's like a black blob right there, but that got me off track. But I was gonna say, I do not like that this guy is he's a 460. Now I get it with proportion wise, it's supposed to be like this, but I don't really like it. It's a bit off for my liking. I did like the simplicity of the 440, like the 0440, which I think looked a lot nicer, and they all looked a lot bigger. But, you know, I can't really complain. At least we got bogeys like we all asked for. But hey, this is a really nice model. Another thing I really don't like about it is the front. If you know in the show, Gordon does not have this little, how do I say this, box. I don't know if you can really tell, but I'm gonna try to put this in light. There we go. I don't like that he has this, like, box right here. I get it's supposed to be there to indicate, like, oh, it's his face or whatever, but I do not like it. I don't like that the back also, like, it just kind of, it looks more like a Montana, where it's just a bit off. I don't really like it, but hey, you gotta keep it, like, in scale. Another thing, the wheel arches. I do not like how huge everyone has made the wheel arches. I get, like, maybe Gordon has giant wheel arches, but from the old TV show, he never had big wheel arches, and that's something I want to kind of review in a video. Gordon has the most changes out of all the characters thus far, but again, I'm going to make a different video, but, like, I don't know where these huge wheel arches came from, or splashers if you want to call them that, but I don't like them. They're way too big, and they make the model feel a little out of proportion. If you were to hold them like this, it makes them look like a toy, and that's something I didn't understand with the old, like with the Thomas model. Like, why are the wheel arches so huge? At least with James, it kind of makes sense. But with Gordon and, like, Thomas, like, I don't understand why it looks like that. It's just a bit off, and it just looks kind of gross, if you ask me. But again, I get it's like maybe because like bigger wheels or whatever, but it's like, no. I'm gonna do a review on this. I'm gonna try to talk more about this after, but let's go into the tender. Now this is what I meant by the actual tender. Like I do like how long this is. This actually does look like a Fowler tender. I did notice. I just realized, but the cold detail, being my first time actually seeing cold detail, it's a lot realistic and it looks really nice. Feels realistic too. I wonder if Brenda Reed's 10 is going to mistake this for Oreo Crushes. Anyway, I do like that this is the proper 6-wheeled. It does look really nice. It's actually, yeah. I did also want to mention this with James. I completely forgot. But if you confuse these with the front or back, what's interesting is that they have these little handrails. And I love that they indicate that. So, like, children who are younger, which says 2 years older. But, like, I really do like this. This indicates, like, oh, how does this go or how does that go? It teaches kids at a young age, and I really do like that. It really does look nice. So, my final thoughts on Gordon. Now, I do love how this Gordon is, but this is a bit off, in my opinion. I do like it. Just a bit off, in my opinion. I also just realized I didn't do a size comparison, but if you just want to see Tom, it is greatly in scale. I do love this, so it's a plus in my book, but I don't know. I don't know what I would consider this. This is actually not bad, but it's not good either. But I can't be complaining because wheels and different face. Ooh. I did also want to mention that with this, it kind of reminded me of Old Shape Henry in a sense. I think an image on the screen right now, which is the new Henry. And oh my gosh, this thing is so accurate. I do love that they're actually, like, this is the most accurate looking model. I don't like the firebox, but hey, this looks amazing. I do like how this is, and I think even the tender is a different shape, but you know, I do like this. This is a great model. But if anyone wanted to customize this could be a great representation of Old Shape Henry, but I'm pretty sure no one's gonna do this unless they have a second Gordon. But yeah, this is actually a really good model. Now I'm gonna put all 3 of these guys together. Now that I have all 3 of these boys put together, these look phenomenal. I love how these look. They look right together, and, you know, if I had to scale them, I'd have to put it, or I guess, grade them, I guess. I'd have to say 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and maybe a 7 out of 10. But overall, these are great models. Some people may have different opinions, but oh. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.